Yo, that what's going on, man? Y'all know who it is. Listen, the season is 2 days away. That means the giveaway is 2 days away. If y'all don't know, I do these free giveaways, and it's coming up, y'all. It's here. You have to be a subscriber, number one. Number two, you have to comment your answer on this video. Let me know how many yards Carson Wentz is going to throw for against the Washington football team, week 1. Winner gets a $15 gift card to Models. We're going to make that happen, all right? So make sure you comment below. Let me know. And whoever comes closest, that $15 is yours, man. Free money. Say E-A-G-L-E-S. Eagles. Say fly, Eagles fly.
Stay fresh.
Bitch, I was serving the sidewalk, then I copped the drop, hopped in the street. You can't name a young nigga that's hot as me. All my niggas do murders and robberies. Got about 20 racks in a robbing jean.
Yo, that what's going on, man? You know who it is. You know what it is, man. It's your boy Philly Fresh, aka the General, here reporting for duty. Also, aka the Full for Better Bird podcast. We will be going live. Game day, 11 o'clock. Be there, beware. Oh man, it's here. The official first do's and don'ts of the 2020-2021 NFL season for the Philadelphia Eagles. I'm hyped. But it's things that got to be talked about. It's do's and it's don'ts. And we're going to be doing this every week. For those that don't know, man, I did it last year. It was a good segment. It was a lot of good videos, a lot of good feedback, a lot of good comments. And of course, the giveaways. The giveaways, I announce as I did in the beginning of this, I announce every single week, basically, do's and don'ts, man, of the do's and don'ts that I will be, giveaway, man. A giveaway, man. I got to give back to those that did for me, man. You know what I mean? Appreciate y'all. Now, time to get into the do's and don'ts. First do, stop chase. I mean, I think we all know that. I think that should be all on our number one list. This is a guy that, can just be a wreck chaser. He can just shut down probably a whole side of an offensive line just from him being terrorizing, being a Tasmanian devil, whatever you want to call it. You have to find a way to make sure that you put focus on him, but not too much focus, because let's not forget that there are another about four guys that went in the first round. You still got Montez Sweat, Kerrigan, dudes like that. And this is how good Chase Young is. Kerrigan, who has been a nightmare for us. If you don't know, give Lane Johnson fits. He's like the only DN that really gives him fits. You know what I mean? So he gives Lane Johnson fits. He's actually been promoted to being on the bench. That's how good Chase Young is. So we got to make sure that we stop him. Another do, we got to start fast and in rhythm. We just can't come from the gate and try to bomb. Now, if you want to try one play, you know what I mean, play action, and try to hit him over the head real fast, cool. But you got to get Carson Wentz in a rhythm. As much as I hate to say it, Carson Wentz is really kind of like a rhythm quarterback. Now, if things are going wrong, it's not like he can't get you out of trouble. But he's at his best when he's in the rhythm and things are going right. And that's mainly every quarterback. You know what I mean? But Carson Wentz is the type person that can dig you out of holes. We've been seeing it. But we don't need that. So we got to make sure that we are starting fast. You know what I mean? And with rhythm. Let's go. Another do. Y'all should already know this. This is on the menu. Target Ronald Darby, a.k.a. Mr. Barbecue Chicken. You got to make sure you target this guy as many times as you can. I don't care if he's sticking Rhaegar. I don't care if he's sticking J.J. Whiteside. I don't care if he's sticking Greg Ward. I don't care if he's sticking Deshaun Jackson. You got to make sure that you target this guy, man. We all know who he is. We all know who he is. Mr. Barbecue Chicken himself, man. So, got to make sure that's a top dude. That's a top dude, man. When you get the lead, this is another dude, y'all. When you get the lead, make a statement. Don't take your foot off the gas. This is kind of like a preseason for everybody. You know what I mean? Even though we got the 53-man roster, we knew who's on the team and all that, but still try to make a statement, not just to the Washington football team, but you got to make a statement to the rest of the league and our division. Like, we're coming. You know what I mean? People want to count us out because of the young talent that we have, but nah, you can't count us out, man. Dude. This the last dude. You have to stop the run. You got to stop the run, and it's going to be a different kind of run because we've seen they got rid of AP, so they're not really trying to be a north and south type of running team, like just get right at you, punch you in the mouth type. They're trying to be a sideline to sideline, sweeps, end arounds, stuff like that. They're trying to use their speed. They got speed. They got McLaren, but I'm talking about they running backs. They got speed running backs, so they're going to try to use that speed to go east and west to get north and south. You know what I mean? So you got to make sure that you contain them. I think with having the Nate Gary, and also having our two rookies, man, Taylor and Bradley, I think they have the speed to cover these receivers. So you got to, not receivers, running backs. You have to make sure that you on a top. You got to make sure that you on a top, because what do they really have? They got McLaren, whatever you want to call him, McLaurin. They got McLaurin. All right, cool. But other than that, what do they really have? So let's get into some don'ts. Don't leave Carson Wentz in the pocket. I already talked about the whole defensive line. You cannot leave Carson Wentz in the pocket. He's more comfortable throwing on a run. He's more comfortable when he can see the field better instead of being in a pocket. And things start, and things start collapsing on him. Now, receivers should be able to get separation this year. So we shouldn't see that many fumbles from Carson Wentz. But we just don't know how good the offensive line is going to be. That's one of the main reasons why you got to roll this guy out. You got to make sure that he is able to be comfortably plant his feet, turn his hips, and be able to look at different receivers. And he might not be able to do that if he's staying in the pocket. Roll a guy out, shotgun, seven-step drops. Well, not really 7-step drops. That's kind of long. You know what I mean? Probably 3 to 5 set drops. You know what I mean? You want Carson Wentz to be comfortable, and he's most comfortable. We seen it last year, second in the league, and throws on a run. So you got to make sure you put him in this comfort zone, man. This is another don't. Don't give Haskins any time to run. You can't give him time to run, man. Time in the pocket. I'm sorry. You can't give him time in the pocket because he is not a runner. You know what I mean? He's not a runner. He's not a guy that just because he's of the darker skin doesn't mean that, he's a runner. He's really a stationary quarterback. He can probably try to run for a third down here and there, but he's not a threat to run. So you got to make sure you crowd this guy. Don't give him any time to throw the football. You know what I mean? You got to fluster him. He's learning the new system again. He had to learn a new system last year, and he's learning a new one again. And this is the first time that he's going to be able to display this on TV and in front of another team. So you got to make sure you throw things at him. You got to make sure you get right at him, man. Right up the middle. You know what I mean? Flex your Cox, Malik Jackson, do your job. And I can see that possible. Don't stall drives especially with penalties. I understand things going to happen. It's going to be third downs that you're not going to be able to convert. We all know this. We all know it, man. But you can't stall these drives with penalties. Jason Peters, I know that you're good for a false start of game. I don't need that this game, especially if we up 14 or something like that. All right, cool. You know what I mean? And it got to be at least the end of the third too. But when we first starting, you cannot stall drives, man. I understand things are going to be shaky because, you know what I mean, it's the first game and it's really the first preseason game. So things might be a little sloppy, but you got to stay up to snuff. You know what I mean? You got to pay attention. There's no crowd noise, so that shouldn't be an excuse. Those are the do and don'ts for the Philadelphia Eagles against the Washington football team. Comment below. Let me know what y'all think. Let me know if y'all agree or disagree, man. But I think what I just said out here, you know what I mean? These are factors. Everything that I said is a factor. It might be some things I missed, so comment below. My prediction for the score will be, I wanted to give it when I went on with the Battle Bird podcast, but I'm going to give it now. My prediction for the score, I got it 31-14. Eagles, man. Once again, if you want the gift card, you have to make sure that you are subscribed and you got to comment on this video, because I'm going to be putting this video on Facebook and Instagram and all type of stuff. But you have to comment your the answer to the question in this video, man. Can't wait, y'all. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I'm getting excited. I'm like a kid that know he about to go to the Willy Wonka factory or something like that. Like I'm really excited, man. But until next time, y'all know what it is.
Stay Philly, stay fresh.